Morning, Oscar. How are you today? Hello, everybody. I've been meaning to do this for a little while here. I don't know if I've mentioned it or not, but this here is a Kodak Zi8 HD camera. I picked it up a couple days before I went on the cruise, thinking that I would need it in case anything happens, and in a couple cases. I think in a rant a while ago I was talking about how the flip camera wasn't doing it for me, mainly because of the angle that it shoots at. Like, I would really like it to widen out here. Did my mom already paint this a different color? For some reason, I don't know what it does, but with its files, like, they become corrupt sometimes. And certain programs can't process information on certain clips just because of the way that they were recorded. I don't really understand it. I went out and I got this one after looking at some reviews and everything. Just from the reviews, because it has a little macro thing, that was like number 3 on the flip list of complaints, because like this, there was no focus on it. So that kind of like puts a filter in front of the lens to make it a little bit more focused, and I thought that was awesome. Really sold on the idea of having a microphone jack on the side of it, but I still don't know if it's really right for me. As you can see, you can click on the settings, the trash button, the camera button, and a play button. Set up the date, what kind of shooting you're doing, NTSC or PAL. You can set up the brightness, which I really liked too. You can format the SD card, and you can also do that. That's kind of cool. You get to look at different clips and choose from them. It's like, not like the flip. You can choose which type of footage you're going to be taking. Here we go. 1080p, 72, and each one of them has some kind of different angle width too, but it's still not as big as I wanted. And then there was the other little things about the flip that I really didn't like mainly the night vision thing. I would love that. That's just me though. You're not going to find too many other people that get upset about that. Still runs on a lithium-ion battery. It still has a little USB port right here, which that was not something I was sold on. The fact that the USB thing is this little rubber thing that pops out right here. It's kind of difficult to put back in. Runs off an SD card, so you can put that in the side there. You can buy more SD cards to make, more files. You can get more lithium-ion batteries to always have power. That was one thing that I loved about the Flip Ultra, because you could run it off of AA batteries, which has been great to me. I love it. Alright, see, now I'm going to do a science experiment, and we're going to shoot at the same time, at the same angle with both cameras. See, right now you're listening to the sound from the Kodak Zi8. This is the sound that it produces. It might be a little bit grainy, it might be a little bit high pitched, I'm not sure. What do you think? And now here's the sound from the flip camera. And doesn't it sound so much lovelier and smoother? I thought so, but maybe I could be wrong. Who knows? And now I'm going to stop recording on the Kodak so that I can change the format. I'm going to change it to 1080p. And now we are recording at the same time again, differently. You see how the angle is slightly different from before? Slightly different, maybe even the sound is a little bit different. Does the sound a little bit different? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Alright, and now we are stopping recording again, and I'm going to change the format again to 72p with 60 frames per second. Let's see how that does. Ooh. But in any case, you can see where my point was. Actually, this almost looks like the exact same angle. Kodak, it still has the chair. See the chair in the flip, chair in the Kodak. Kodak loses the chair. Okay. And it's not because the Kodak is not even 1 inch further to the right. I don't know why I'm doing all this. Alright, and now we're going to do the last kind of format that it has. WVGA. Oh, okay, yeah. I know you're not. Oh, wow. angle is horrible on this. I don't even know what format that is. What does that mean? WVGA? Alright. And also, they have... Look, I'm going to take your picture. Watch.
I look drugged.
So, yeah, it's very kind of... I don't know. Not that I really want still photos. But there you have it. That's the Kodak Zi8, and I'm not completely sold on it, so I might return it. Now I gotta get this out of the way. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to gather my thoughts here, but the big news is that, yeah, my
You
flip...
broke your flip because you were
No, I did not break my flip. God did.
He didn't tell you to take it out of the case.
How do you know it's a he, you sexist? When we were on the cruise, our first excursion was pretty much get drunk on a catamaran and go swimming. I took my flip out of the water carrying case because we were snorkeling before that, and then we walked onto the beach, but we were drunk off of all the rum that they were serving on the catamaran, and it was funny as hell. The best thing that happened was we were sitting there and I was vlogging, me and her, and then somebody came up, hey, we can take your picture, and of course they grab it and they're like, how do you take the picture? How do you do it? We're like, oh, it's a video camera. They're like, oh, cool. Hey, what are you guys doing here? And I'm like, it's our anniversary. The whole boat goes, hey, congratulations. It's obviously not true. How many years? How many years? I'm like, 5. And it was all on camera. It was the funniest stuff. We were all dancing. The whole boat was drunk. It was awesome. And the whole crew of the boat was just sitting there laughing at everybody. It was great.
I don't even know what was happening.
Yeah, she was gone.
I was so trashed.
Anyways, the excursion was that they took you out to a sort of coral reef place and you could snorkel for a little while, and then they'd bring you back on the boat. Boat would go somewhere else, anchor the boat so that you could go into the water and walk a short distance in the water to this nice beach, and then chill out on the beach for a while. Of course, it was very quick like all the other excursions, but that didn't really matter to anybody because they had so much rum in them anyway. Open bar on the boat. We're both plastered on the beach, and I'm trying to go get another drink, but the thing is that I took my flip out of the water carrying case because, as people know that have used the water carrying case, it blocks the microphone. and I was in the water, you know, I was just carrying it above my head and everything's going fine. And this is the part where she gets all messed up because she was too drunk to remember. Okay, I had my flip camera above the water.
It was out of the case.
It was out of the water. I had it above.
But
and
you were dragging me.
Shut up! I wasn't dragging you. You were drunk. You were on the beach. I wasn't even near you. I was trying to get another drink from the guy because he went back to the catamaran to fill up the pitcher of rum. And I was sitting there like, all right, I'll have it. And then a wave came out of nowhere, splashed up right beside me, and then got on top of the flip camera. I covered him too. Like it was a pretty big wave for, you know, seriously 3 feet deep in the water. Right. This is her flip, by the way. I don't know if anybody actually. This is hers.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I saved the day here.
Yeah. Congratulations. She never uses it ever.
Ugh.
It's like
Hurry up.
it's like the people that buy puppies but they don't want to train them, so they just lock them in the cage for their lives. It's like that. Okay, so I continued to use it on the beach, and like I don't know what footage was there, but I know that it was the drunkest whoosh you have ever seen. Went back on the ship. We were dancing all the way back to the boat. She's gone. I
don't think I was dancing.
I literally had to drag her from the catamaran all the way back to the other port that had the ship on it, and I'm dragging her on that cement port. My foot is burning off, and then I gotta drag her all the way up to the floor on the cruise ship where we were staying, 10th floor or whatever, and we're on the wrong side of the ship, and to get to the other side of the ship where our room is, we had to go through like a big long ass restaurant. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I walk her, I'm dragging her through the restaurant, I'm like, shh, act casual. She can't stop laughing. And I'm dragging her. Everyone's getting a lot of entertainment out of looking at us right now. And from that point on, I think we were famous on the ship. I think everybody knew us.
Nice.
And we get to the other side of the restaurant. I realized we came from the middle of the ship and walked the other way when our room was on the other side of the ship. And I go, shit! And everybody stops and looks at me. And it hasn't worked ever since. And I was thinking about taking it to some professional and seeing if they could actually get the footage off the camera or get the camera working again. But I've talked to a couple people and it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Funniest moment, I think, of that particular day. I was lying on my side of the bed trying to rest my head. She was on her side of the bed. And this is seriously what she did. She was sleeping. She was definitely sleeping. I couldn't sleep. And she goes, oh no! She gets right up out of bed and then looks back at me and goes, ah, and then goes to the wall where there was a robe, and she starts feeling the robe for like 1 second and then goes back to the bed and face plants herself onto the bed. And then I'm looking at her like, what the hell was that?